Hey guys, my name's Dan, and today's reaction comes from Dead Meat. This is the Forever Purge kill count. Now, I'll have to be honest with you guys, I went into this movie not watching the first couple of Purges. This is literally my first Purge movie that I've watched. I know the basic idea of Purge, but yeah, this is the first Purge movie that I've watched. And I'm also very curious to see, because this is one of those movies that has a lot of dead bodies in the background. So I'm really curious what the number is, what the final kill count is. I know James always has a lot of fun doing that, to say the least. And then after all that, I will talk a little bit about it, just sort of give my final opinion on the movie. But before we get into it, though, for those of you who are new, I put out reactions every single day, react a bit of everything, including many more from Dead Meat. So if you like what you see your day, you're bound to find more things that you enjoy. So please go right below this video. Let me know what your favorite Purge movie is. Click that like button, the subscribe button, and ring notification bell. All those things really helps out my channel. And then head on over to Dead Meat if you haven't already. I'll leave a link for that down in the description. And without any further ado, let's go.
Howdy, y'all, and welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies. I'm James H&E, and just a reminder, this will be the last Kill Count I host until summer 2022. For more info, watch the schedule video, and don't worry, Zoran's going to be bringing you Tremors Kill Count starting in 2 weeks. Today, though, I'm looking at the Forever Purge, the 5th film in the franchise, released in 2021. The Purge series began with a simple home invasion film following a wealthy family. The next few sequels wisely moved the focus to the streets, giving us more action and following characters who had less means to survive. The last installment before this one was 2018's The First Purge, a prequel set in 2017 showing how and why the Purge was started. The new Founding Fathers of America, an extremist political party, instated the 12 hours of lawlessness to kill off poor people and keep the plebes fighting amongst themselves. Decades later, in the Purge election year, candidate Charlie Roan won the 2040 election on an anti-Purge platform. That movie ended with her government ending the Purge, but now it's 8 years later, in 2048, and the NFFA has been voted back into office. The Forever Purge, like the rest of the series, is a political action horror film that revels in hot-button issues. While the first Purge focused on the largely black population of Staten Island, the Forever Purge turns its attention to Tejas and shows us what the Purge is like for undocumented immigrants. It was written by James DeMonico, who created The Purge, wrote all of the previous films, and show-ran the 2-season TV show on USA. He also directed the first 3 films, but stepped aside in the first Purge for director Gerard McMurray. That movie was all about being black in the United States, so DeMonico preferred to have a black director helm the project.
So I lay the foundation for these things, but it's really great to hand it off to someone who can then bring an air of authenticity, bring a voice that's very true, especially in modern society now. It's great to hear from new directors.
Similarly, The Forever Purge is directed by Everardo Gout, a Mexican filmmaker who DeMonico figured could better speak to the issues covered in this installment.
He called me out on a lot of shit, to be quite honest, not to be blunt, but he'd be like, dude, we wouldn't speak like that as Mexicans. We wouldn't talk that way about America.
I know the Purge films aren't masterpieces and can often feel heavy-handed and on the nose, but I still enjoy the series for what it is, an exploration of the US with its worst instincts run amok. I think of them as entertaining thought experiments of how bad things could possibly get. As much as I enjoy watching them, though, covering Purge movies is a special sort of hell. Counting their kills is an arduous frame-by-frame experience. 2 of them, Election Year and the First Purge, have held the Kill Count Championship with a combined tenure of more than a year. The first Purge lost the belt to Final Destination in August 2019, and the Forever Purge is the first installment to be released since then. Will this franchise take back the championship, or has it lost its main event luster? Let's find out and get to the kills.
Maybe it'll just be a mid-carder.
The movie begins in Mexico, right by the border wall. Juan and Adela pay for tickets aboard the Underground Express, which pops them out into the US of A. An opening credits sequence positions the country. 8 years after Charlie Roan won her election and got rid of the Purge, the new Founding Fathers are voted back into office, which is totally believable to me. Americans always be trying to find that greener grass. The NFFA immediately announces a return of the title card. 10 months later, it's Purge Eve across America. Juan has gotten a job on Tucker Ranch in Texas, taming wild horses like a true blue cowboy. Aw, he's got it looking like a little Lucy cat.
Aww.
Isn't that right, my little princess?
Juan's especial equestrian experience makes Dylan Tucker jelly, because he's the wealthy son of the wealthy ranch owner, and he wants to be head honcho. Also, dude's probably a little racist.
I don't even know if I want our kids speaking Spanish in this house.
Yeah, not like knowing a second language ever helped anyone. Adela's also done well for herself, running a kitchen for her boss Darius. She's proud of the life she's built with Juan here and wants to make sure they assimilate.
Please, where are we? You need to practice your English.
When in Rome.
When in America.
Adele is played by Mexican actress Ana de la Reguera, who was recently in Army of the Dead. Her husband Juan is played by Mexican actor Tenoch Huerta, who was real scary as a drug lord in Tigers Are Not Afraid. Caleb Tucker gives his employees a purge protection bonus and tells Juan he's doing a great job. Juan's like, cool, but maybe make your son less racist?
Well, I know that a lot of people feel that way, but I'm not sure that's the case with Dylan. He's a very proud man. You won up to him yesterday. You're a damn fine cowboy, Juan.
Caleb's nice and all, but I think he represents people who make excuses when their friends and family are racist. It's not subtle, but of course, Purge movies never are.
The money's nothing but a way for these people to keep us alive so they can continue using our slave labor. But nothing more than that.
Yeah, there's some class stuff going on here too, but that comes part and parcel with the Purge. Purge night arrives, and with 12 lawless hours ahead of them, everybody prepares as best they can. The rich bunker down in their beautiful homes, much like the family in the first film, while the less well-off have to look out for each other. Juan and Adela are taken to a safe place by Titi, a fellow Mexican rancher who works with Juan. This place has got armed guards, música norteña, and bomb-ass comida. Tag me in, coach! The Purge kicks off with the usual service announcement, broadcast bilingually, followed by those iconic Purge sirens. And we're off! Oh boy, here I go counting again. Let's start with 12. A guy beaten to death, a guy stabbed to death, 2 shootout casualties, a motorcycle anchor, 6 people killed by a firing squad, and 1 dude lying there dead in a mask. Just to note, all these kills were also featured in the first Purge, where they were seen on a bunch of monitors being watched by Marissa Tomei.
Really?
I debated whether or not I should include them in this kill count too, but fuck it. Counting them twice makes just as much sense as them showing up twice in these movies, especially when the 2 movies take place 30 years apart. Juan and Adela have a chat about home. He says their home is Mexico, while she loves America's multiculturalism.
America is Mexico. America is Africa. America is Italia. We can take it all. We can learn it all. And we can embrace it.
Not everyone shares Adela's sense of patriotism, though. She hears some purgers over a loudspeaker promising to purify America.
We will no longer tolerate foreigners raping and pillaging the United States of America.
Using unlikely night vision, Adela sees these trucks have people inside. But thankfully, there's nothing for me to count here. She doesn't see murder, just torture, so we're all good. Man, I have to write some fucked up sentences for this show.
Oh,
After a
yeah.
long night, the Purge siren signal that laws are back on the menu, boys. Finally, we get a look at a post-Purge day in one of these movies. I always wondered what that looked like. Oh, it's another body to count. Yep, probably should have expected that. But hey, at least it's over. Right, man, on the news?
Not quite.
Holy shit, that kill was actually super disturbing, and not just because it means my counting isn't done. As this movie's title hinted at, this Purge is going into overtime, baby! Dylan and Adela both find themselves targets. Him by the rootinest, tootinest cowboys you've ever seen, and her by some people in bunny masks who get her in a jigsaw-like trap. Blast! Wrested by the bunnies once more. Adela is saved by Darius, who beats up these plain-spoken rabbits.
You're gonna fucking die. You're all gonna die.
Yeah, but actually no. You are the one who is going to die, dude!
Yup.
You and your harebrained friend, after Adela and Darius get done with the 2 of yous. These bunny purgers, named Thing 1 and Thing 2, were outfitted with their masks and metal aprons by costume designer Leah Butler. This was Butler's first Purge film, and her job was extra difficult. Not only was this the first Purge movie where creator James DeMonico didn't help design the masks, this was also the first Purge film set mostly during the daytime, which meant all the costumes and masks would be seen in greater detail. While I do miss the neon lights so prevalent in the other films, there's plenty of good stuff in this one too, like the makeup on the demon cowboys. Cops
That was
roll
pretty
up and
cool.
arrest Adela and Darius for killing outside of Purge hours. They don't listen to their claims of self-defense. Sorry, Adela, this is Nacho Land of the Libre like you thought it was. They're putting a paddy wagon next to a literal Nazi and some giggling chick who, yeah, I'm gonna guess that one's on drugs right there. Meanwhile,
Probably.
Juan and Titi get to the ranch just as the Tucker family learns who's holding them captive. It's Kirk, their employee who's resentful about his wages. He's apparently part of some widespread revolution.
You and all your rich-ass neighbors will find out what it's like to be penniless and powerless. To be like us!
Even though this movie isn't subtle, I like that it still has a little bit of nuance. You get the sense it sympathizes with Kirk's legitimate grievances, but he's clearly the bad guy when he takes it too far and threatens to murder Dylan's sister Harper right in front of him. Then you got Caleb, the rich guy at the top, agreeing with Kirk that the whole system is fucked.
The way the rich get rich on the backs of the poor. The way it's been ever since we robbed this land. from the Native Americans.
He says purging won't help anything since it just plays into the hands of the people in power. Maybe listen to him, Kirk. Dude's lived through 2 Halloween movies. He doesn't live through this movie, though. Kirk shoots him in the head point blank in front of his family. TT and Juan come out guns a-blazing, and the resulting firefight between the sides kills 3 of Kirk's guys and Kirk himself.
And I think that's why he started talking there, because the scene before he saw them, and he's like, oh, maybe I should bring the tension on me, let them get into position to take a shot at him.
Damn you, Kirk! With more of Kirk's asshole squad on the way, the survivors have to flee inside a semi-truck. They see that the Ever After Purge is going on everywhere, which of course means I've got some background bodies to count. Just 4 in these shots, I think. Dylan's pregnant wife, Cassie, demands that they find Juan's wife, Adela. Cassie's never been a fan of all this Purge shit.
Fuck the Purge. Fuck the NFFA.
I like her. I also like Dylan's sister Harper, who steps out to help Juan and TT, since they did save their lives, and also since she's got a little crush on TT. She'd best be careful. It's like the Hunger Games out there. Wouldn't want to wind up like this dead dude. In the sheriff's van, Nazi guy shows off how much he knows his guns.
Double barrel shotgun. AK-47.
I'll admit, I'm a little jealous of his gun knowledge. But hey, at least I'm not a Nazi. Someone shoots the van with a rocket launcher, or whatever its proper name is, and the crash kills the 2 cops driving, as well as the giggly, wriggly, forever purge cheerleader. At the semi, Dylan and Cassie have to fend off a couple of purgers who look like Pakalika from the Cottonmouth Kings. Rest in peace. Also R.I.P. these 2. Dylan shoots one of them and smashes the other with a frickin' sledgehammer. 2 kills ain't that big a deal, though, compared to the 25 bodies I see here littered around in an overhead shot of the sheriff's van. Nazi guy survived the crash and threatens Adela sexually, but she and Darius fight him off, and he's killed when Darius breaks his neck. The doors open up because Juan is here, so everybody's all together now.
Go on!
Except for Darius, who says he needs to find his family and forever exits this movie. Also not coming along in the semi are 2 dudes who get shot. One by Cassie after running in and yelling, "Forever Purge!" The truck drives away, and we see 8 more bodies that we didn't count before. And trust me, editor Josh and his girlfriend Kate made sure that these were new ones. They're great at this shit. As the characters drive out of their Texas town, we get an awesome shot showing large-scale destruction.
So cool.
There are only 2 kills I see clearly, though, and I'll put them on the count right now. Don't worry, plenty more bodies to count after they get to a motel. There are 3 outside and 3 inside. Those are what we call interior-exterior bodies. A news update tells us that the NFFA has declared martial law nationwide. They are strongly against the Forever Purge, since it's not something they can control. They have tapped into populist anger to gain power, but now that anger has turned against and overwhelmed them. The Forever Purge has already spread across the entire country, so the only thing our heroes can do is head for the border. For 6 hours only, Mexico and Canada will be accepting U.S. refugees.
Mexico and Canada will take in anyone from America unarmed and give them sanctuary until order is reestablished in the U.S.
That means it's time to go to Mexico. How's that make you feel, Dylan? While the others sleep, Juan has a conversation with Dylan, who sits there looking exactly like the Chad meme. Dylan doesn't think he's racist.
But I will say, I don't understand your culture just like you don't understand mine.
Okay.
I don't think white people are any better or worse than anybody else.
Well, hey, that's good.
We should all just stick with our own. Just leave each other alone.
That's starting to sound a little segregationist.
Yeah, a little bit.
We see Ever After Purgers camping along the way to the border, which of course gives us another background body to count. Harper figures out a way to get rid of them, just like a true detective. All it takes is a pledge of allegiance to purify America. They arrive in El Paso with 3 hours left to get out of the country. The city's a war zone between the military and Forever Purgers, and I see 4 bodies or kills in this overhead shot that I can count. One of them weirdly cartoonish. What was even going on there? There's a cool long one take that shows all our characters sitting in the semi, then reveals that their way forward is blocked, so they're gonna have to get out and run. They pass a few bodies in the alleys of El Paso, occasionally adding a few kills to the pile themselves. Alright y'all, the numbers don't need any help in this one, okay? The lengthy one take continues, and we see 5 more kills and or bodies as they move out onto the street and slowly fight their way across it. Without cutting, the shot then follows them through a diner where another 3 bodies can be seen and added to our list. The counting's kind of taken over this part of the script, but I have to reiterate how much I love this long oneer, which goes on for nearly 2.5 minutes with only 1 hidden cut I could find during an explosion. The shot gives such an epic sense of scale and action, which is true for this Purge installment as a whole. Despite its modest budget, the Forever Purge feels big. For the one take, the streets of El Paso were played by the backlot at Universal Studios. In fact, whenever you see the expansive desert shots, it's usually California rather than Texas or Mexico. The oneer on the Universal lot required a lot of coordination coordination between the actors, the effects team, and the cam ops who would have to hand off cameras mid-shot and try not to trip over anything. In the end, everyone was very happy with how it turned out.
That was fucking amazing.
An NFFA tank fires and the blast blocks a door shut, separating Adela and Cassie from the rest of their group. Adela leads Cassie through a theater playing the OG Dracula, and they head into the back. More bodies are seen, but it's tough to count, since some of them are clearly plastic. I'm assuming they're theater props. Not everybody here is plastic or dead. This Lost Boys looking one was just acting! Oh, but now he's dead anyway, as is this other dude who Adela closes the curtains on. The ladies then head outside, where 7 more bodies can be seen in the background of various shots. A conversation reveals why Adela is so capable with firearms. She was part of a women's group that fought against the Mexican cartels. That's why she and Juan had to flee to the United States. The others are held up by a group of purgers led by this dude named Alpha. He calls his partner Mother, which has to be a Mike Pence reference. It goes along with the rest of his obviously referential dialogue.
Look what we got here. Couple of bad hombres.
Bizarro Brian Danielson tells his white captives to kill their Mexican friends.
I got
When
that
they
reference.
refuse, Mother puts a bullet in TT's gut. Hate to see him go. TT was a real good chapo. He and Harper have this whole peanut butter and jelly thing going on. The NFFA comes to the rescue, which just by me saying that, you know things are fucked up. The fight begets 6 kills on both sides, with the last of those 6 being Mother, whom Juan shoots in the face with her own gun. The protags flee while Alpha whines, then an RPG kills 3 more cops and 1 more Purger, I think. Alpha survives the bout and ends the scene walking away all pissed. Adela tells Cassie she can get them to safety. They just need to follow Roses wherever they goes is. It's a symbol that Mexicans use to help each other, as they learned on their very first day in America. This reminds me of similar real-life things like the Green Book, which helped Black Americans travel safely through the Jim Crow South. The Roses lead them to a group of people willing to help, and since Juan also followed the Roses, they find their spouses safe and sound. Military bases in El Paso have been destroyed by insider attacks, so the NFFA is pulling out and calling the city a lost cause. Mexico responds by closing their El Paso crossing point, leaving everyone on the US side vulnerable to purgers. One woman takes charge and says they might be able to escape just yet and avoid becoming dead bodies on the street like the one I see here that I'll add to the count. The survivors will be getting help from Thiago Aro, an anti-purge activist who's popped up a few times throughout the movie. He's played by Zahn McClarnon, last seen on the kill count as the scary Crow Daddy and Dr. Sleep. Here, he's a much more helpful man and leads the survivors towards a desert crossing spot as the sun rises.
My tribe has lived right on the border of the U.S. and Mexico for centuries. We're the only people who could legally cross.
They're on their way to illegally entering the United Mexican States when they see that they've got company. That Alpha dude and his beta bros driving towards them in their homemade warthogs looking for revenge. The would-be refugees reach the crossing point and enact a plan. Some of them will stay back to fight off the Purgers while Harper takes Cassie to go have her baby in Mexico. Oh, whoa, and ride this sled thing? Oh man, that looks like so much fun! Though their ammo is low and their opponents are mean, these heroes are ready to— oh, wait, sorry. Hey guy, could you get out of this shot? Sorry, it's just, we don't really know you. Shit gets bumping and one dude fires off dynamite with a bow and arrow. It's so cool. I'll count 2 kills from the explosions, even though I can't say for certain anyone died. Once the shootout gets going, the kills are much easier to count, as long as you presume getting shot equals getting killed. If you do, that gives us another 7 in this scene. The protagonists get away and run to a building further back. When the Forever Purgers follow, 2 of them get cut down by Thiago and a friend who are hiding against the wall wearing animal skulls. A motorcycle bursts into the building and knocks Adela down. Damn, she landed like Lita doing a suicide dive on Trish. There's a back and forth beat 'em up, and one dude tries to kill Juan like this were Pet Sematary 2. Adela shoots the guy, killing him and saving Juan's life. 2 other baddies get hacked and stabbed to death by Juan and Dylan. Adela is yoinked out the window by Alpha, and that moves the action back outside. While the American migrants flee for the border and the cowboys chase after Alpha, 5 of Alpha's Forever Purgers are killed in various ways. Stabbings, beatings, arrow shots. One dude dies with an unironic Wilhelm scream. What year is this?
I don't know, but I popped at
Scream
that.
for her loved ones. In English, por favor. Did you forget how racist this dude is? Luckily, our heroes are cowboys and rope the fuck out of Alpha's gun and neck. There's
So
no
satisfying.
unnecessary fanfare as Juan kills Alpha by shooting him point blank in the
Oh,
head.
that line he
guy's
delivered
dead,
too
and our
was
heroes
just-
are not. I'm happy most of them survived. R.I.P. TT. They cross the border into Mexico, a return trip for Juan and Adela, and Dylan is greeted with a brand new baby girl, one that looks as fake as the baby in American Sniper. You know, Dylan wasn't a monster, but I do wish we had have had a moment of vocalized redemption from him. Then again, maybe I'm just not used to the Purge being subtle, and I should be happy for what we get.
Gracias, Juan. Muchas gracias, Adela.
Yeah, because he delivered a line at the beginning of the movie. He's like, oh, I don't want my baby learning Spanish or whatever, or we don't really need to be learning Spanish, and there he is using Spanish.
The movie ends with a bunch of shots showing the United States on fire. News broadcasts say the NFFA done fucked itself, and they also mention anti-Purge resistance rising up. That gives us a sliver of hope for the country, and a heaping of hope for another Purge movie. How many kills and dead bodies did we count sifting through the Forever Purge? Let's find out and get to the numbers. Giddy up! Get along, little meaties! Yeah!
Alright then.
By our best count, 143 people died in the Forever Purge. That's far from the top spot. In fact, it's currently tied for 8th most kills with Dawn of the Dead. Step it up, Purge movies!
Mid-Carter.
With a runtime of 103 minutes, that left us with a kill on average every 43.22 seconds. I'll give the Golden Chainsaw for coolest kill to Thing 1, a victim of his own saw-like trap. Just like with saw traps, that cage was a practical rig, built by special effects coordinator Zack Knight. It really flipped over a stunt performer by her neck. Good goddamn! Dull Machete for lamest kill will go to the dead dude in a mask, since it was recycled from the first Purge. Give me fresh kills, please! And that's it. The Forever Purge came out in 2021, and James DeMonico has already said he has ideas for a 6th film. As for me, it's time to rest these weary bones for a little while. I'm gonna go get married, finally, and work on things that aren't the kill count. I love this show, and I'll miss it for the next 6 months, but I've gotta try to stretch my legs creatively. Don't worry,
Makes
you'll be
sense.
in good hands in the meantime. Until we meet again, I'm James A. Janice.
Bye, James!
This has been The Kill Count.
On the next Kill Count. For 4.5 years, James A. Janice has been covering all your favorite horror movies. But in January, it's time to cover the scariest thing of all. Change!
Hi, Zorga Voyage
Hello.
comes to the Kill Count to bring you the entire Tremors franchise, minus the series, starting with the only one released theatrically, Tremors.
Cocktail?
Tremors is the story of two good old boys named Val and Earl who decide to leave their shitty jobs just one damn day too late.
What the hell's going on? I mean, what the hell is going on?
A box office bomb that became a cult classic thanks to lovable characters.
I'm a victim of circumstance. I thought you called it your pecker.
Quotable lines.
We killed it. Fuck you!
And the best damn practical worm effects this side of the Dune.
Wow, look at that.
Wrong goddamn rec room, didn't you, you bastard?
So get your head out of the sand, and this week watch Tremors. Then on Friday, January 14th, join temporary host Zoran Gavoyich for The Kill Count. Only on Dead Meat.
Underground goddamn monsters.
Tremors can currently be watched on the pictured streaming platforms. Demi
All
always
right.
recommends you watch
Looks
the movie.
like we're gonna be watching it on Tubi because we're all about free. Or it's on Netflix? Oh, if it's on Netflix, then I can do that then. All right, so this movie was pretty good. I had a lot of fun with it. A lot of the kills were fun. But the most satisfying one for me was the last one that we saw for the big baddie who got shot in the head at the end. That line that Juan delivered was just so good. It was so perfect. You don't know the line, go back and watch it because I honestly can't remember what exactly he said, but it was in reference to the woman. He was mad about when the woman wasn't speaking English thing. But yeah, the kills were good. You could definitely feel the panic, the sense of urgency throughout the movie. Clearly nobody was safe because you had the Purge and everything seemed fine. I was like, wait a minute, nothing's really happening. All right, they're all fine. Everyone's alive. Everyone survived. At least all the main characters survived. But then nothing happened. So it's like, okay, how does this become the Forever Purge? And then we see, and then it builds off, and then it was just good. It was a lot of fun. It makes me kind of want to go back and watch the other ones because, like I said, I haven't seen those because this one for me was really, really good, and it was really easy to get into. So that's going to do it for me here. But before I go, though, I want to give a huge shout out to all my $5 and up supporters on Patreon. Marvin Espinoza, Cruising, Wolverine 310, Lauren Davenport, Caster Cronage, Amber K, Angel Garcia, Nicholas Sawtell, Daquan Johnson, and my lone channel member, King Boo 336, PD909. Thank you guys for your continued support, especially into the new year. Really do appreciate you. And if you too have your name read at the end of each and every one of my videos, plus many other fun goodies, maybe react to a past kill count or two, please head on over to patreon.com/Reactor. The link will be right there in the description, or you can right below this video, click that join button there, or head right over my channel page and click that join button there. And with that being said, comment down below. Let me know which Purge movie was your favorite. Please leave a like if you enjoyed. Also want to see Patch Back and I've done other Dead Meat videos. Got a nice playlist right over there full of them for you. Share this video. Subscribe if you're subscribed already. Your notification bell because I put new videos every single day. And I'll see you guys next time.